Solo Leveling is a popular South Korean web novel created by Chugong that, with its amazing fight scenes, character development, and unique world building, has captivated fans worldwide as being peak fiction. Premiering back on January the 7th of 2024, the Solo Leveling anime adaptation has gotten so much praise over the last few months, and the hype was totally worth it. But with the end of Season 1 after the long-awaited Arise episode, there is a question in the minds of the audience. When will we get Season 2 of Solo Leveling? How long do we have to wait for the next season, and what can we hope to see in the next season? Hey everyone, welcome to AJAnime, and in today's video, we will be recapping Season 1 of Solo Leveling in under 15 minutes, and make sure you stick around until the end, because in this recap, I will be explaining every important detail related to Solo Leveling Season 1. And we also have exciting news related to Season 2 of Solo Leveling. So without wasting any time, let's get started. One day in the human world, some mysterious portals started appearing out of nowhere, and inside these portals are monsters and beasts that cannot be killed with regular weapons or tactics due to them possessing mana. To defend humanity from these creatures, hunters came forward. Hunters are human warriors ranked E to S who possess magical powers due to the surge of mana present from the gates and use them to fight magic beasts. 10 years later, these portals are somewhat normal in everyday life and are now recognized as dungeons, where hunters enter to kill those creatures. No, they are not just going to fight the creatures for humanity's sake, they are also paid for their work. As in these dungeons, hunters collect precious items from the beasts they kill known as essence stones. These stones are small glowing stones found inside the corpse of magic beasts that serve as the primary source of income for hunters around the world. The value of these stones are determined by their rank and quality, with E-rank stones being sold for very little cash, while S-rank stones can sell for millions. Now, don't think every human in the Solo Leveling world is a hunter, as it is estimated that only 0.001% of the global population are lucky enough to awaken their powers, and only 0.0002% are ranked C or higher. These hunters are categorized based on their strength, with the ranking starting from E rank, which is not much stronger than your average human, to the S rank, which is capable of destroying a whole city by themselves. Now, what makes this power scaling system different is that once a hunter awakens their power, their rank and stats cannot be increased no matter how much training they put themselves through. Thus, they focus on increasing their battle IQ and combat abilities. Now, let's meet our main protagonist, Jin-Woo, who is an E rank, aka the world's weakest hunter. He only works as a hunter because he is very poor, and he also has to pay for his sick mother's hospital bills, who suffers from a disease known as eternal slumber due to being exposed to too much mana. One day, he joins the team of some hunters to enter a C-ranked dungeon. Yes, dungeons are also categorized based on their rank, and the gate of a dungeon will only close when you kill the dungeon's boss. If the dungeon's boss is not defeated within 7 days, a dungeon break happens, meaning that the monsters inside can cross over into the human world and attack the normal human population. After the group entered the dungeon and defeated what they thought was the dungeon boss, they were curious to see another dungeon within the dungeon they were already in. I know, it's confusing, but let me explain. A dungeon inside another dungeon is known as a double dungeon. The team of hunters later got to know that the dungeon they entered out of curiosity was an S-rank dungeon. But now it's too late and everyone is trapped in it. Here we are introduced to the Absolute Being, which we will save for another video. So if you want to learn more about the backstory of Solo Leveling and the Absolute Being, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Now, inside the double dungeon, the statues started killing hunters. But with the help of Jin-Woo using his brain to understand the meaning of the stone tablet, the killing stopped, and the survivors escaped except for our MC, as he played a sacrificial role. But before he draws his last breath, a mysterious system offers him the chance to become a player. Not wanting to die, Jin-Woo accepts the offer, and from there, our main character was reborn. Jin-Woo then wakes up in the hospital and is immediately interrogated by the Korean Hunter Guild inspectors because they suspect he might have had a double awakening. And if you don't know what a double awakening is, let me explain. As I stated earlier, when a hunter awakens their power, they are assigned a rank according to their powers, and how much mana they have, which cannot change. But there are some rare cases where a hunter awakens their powers again, which increases their ranking and powers further. So that is a double awakening. Coming back to the recap, the hunters make him take another test, but he fails the test as he is still an E-rank hunter. After they leave, Jin-Woo opens the mysterious game-like system, which gives him daily tasks that he must complete before the day runs out, or he will be punished, as we saw in episode 3 when he didn't complete his first daily quest. He was transferred to a desert and had to survive a huge centipede magic beast for hours. Now with each quest Jin-Woo completes, he receives awards such as increased strength, agility, height, and intelligence, and he even receives a total recovery potion which completely heals him and restores his stamina. With this new system at his disposal, Jin-Woo realizes that he has the ability to level up, making him the only hunter in the verse with the power to do so. Having realized the opportunity he was given, Jin-Woo decides to grind it out every day and earns the chance to visit a special dungeon that only he has access to thanks to a key he earned from completing one of his daily quests. Going in the instant dungeon by himself, Jin-Woo faces off against multiple goblins and realizes that his training has been paying off, as his strength, reflexes, and agility are all completely different from before. After defeating the goblins, Jin-Woo fights multiple steel-fanged lichen beasts which further increase his stats. At this moment, he could have left the dungeon using the transportation stone he earned from defeating the lichens, but instead he decided to go further in the dungeon where he came face to face with the dungeon boss named Blue Venom-Fanged Kasaka. After a mostly one-sided fight, Jin-Woo defeats the beast by literally crushing its neck with his bare hands thanks to him leveling up his strength stats so much. After defeating the dungeon boss, Jin-Woo receives his first dagger with the ability to paralyze and drain his enemies. And with this, the Riz God is born. In just 5 episodes, this man has leveled up so much that he is literally unrecognizable. He went from a short and thin, bushy-haired, babyface simp to a tall, handsome, and muscular Chad with the sharp facial features to boost. This man had his nurse asking him for his number without doing anything. I mean, what better setup could you ask for? At this present moment, Jin-Woo is at level 18, and as he continues to grind and get stronger, he also realizes that he needs to better his financial situation and starts searching for more dungeon raids to complete. So Jin-Woo decides to join a group of hunters led by Hwang Dong-suk, who needed 2 more members to clear a C-ranked dungeon. Once they reach the boss monster's dungeon room, the group leaves behind Jin-Woo and a rich kid, Yoo-Jin-ho, with the boss spider monster, so they can grab the excavating tools for the mana crystals. But in truth, this was a setup for the team to kill off the 2 of them and take all the earnings for themselves, so they sealed up the entrance to the dungeon and waited for their demise. But Dong-suk and his team didn't know that our boy Jin-Woo has been leveling up and is no longer just a normal E-rank hunter anymore. He takes out his dagger and starts charging at the boss spider with everything he had. As their brawl continues, Jin-ho watches in awe as he believes that Jin-Woo is a false ranker due to his unnatural abilities as an E-rank hunter. Unveiling his new skill Dash, and with the help of his recovery potion from completing his earlier quest, Jin-Woo defeats the boss using his dagger to continuously stab it in the head, effectively paralyzing and draining the monster until there's nothing left. When Dong-suk and his team returned, thinking that the 2 they left behind were killed, they were shocked to see them alive and well and the dungeon boss defeated. They then decided to gang up on Jin-Woo and Jin-ho to kill them. And as one of the members sent Jin-Woo flying, the system tells Jin-Woo to kill the 5 members or his heart will stop. In a cold and mesmerizing scene, Jin-Woo solos the entire team with a soundtrack that sent chills down our spine. And in a menacing final move, he beheads Dong-suk, the C-rank team captain, with ease as he begs for his life. After leaving the dungeon, Jin-Woo continues his journey of completing daily quests and leveling up to face more formidable foes. In episode 7, Jin-Woo discovers the Elixir of Life, which has the ability to save his mother's life. Realizing this, Jin-Woo embarks on a journey to gather the necessary ingredients for the elixir by entering a special S-rank dungeon where he narrowly defeats the gatekeeper of hell, Cerebus. Before continuing through the rest of the dungeon, Jin-Woo realizes that he needs to get much stronger before he can complete the elixir and leaves in order to continue his journey of growth. Later on, we see Jin-ho asks Jin-Woo to help him become a guildmaster in exchange for 30 billion, to which he agrees in order to continue leveling up. In episode 9, Jin-Woo takes on another dungeon, but this time he is working alongside the same hunters from the double dungeon in the first episode. This episode hit different because you could literally feel the guilt and tension from the other hunters as they remember how they left Jin-Woo to die by himself. Joining them are a top B-class hunter from the Hunters Association named Kang Tae-shik, along with a few convicts who were working on reducing their sentences. Throughout the episode, it's revealed that Kang is a murderous sociopath who enjoys killing humans. And after killing the convicts, he killed a few of the other hunters too. We then get to see another peak battle between both Jin-Woo and Kang. And even with his assassin build, Kang stood no chance against Jin-Woo after he was hit with the murderous intent skill, which led to him being stabbed in the heart for the final blow. After killing Kang, Jin-Woo's identity becomes more suspicious among the Hunters Association, but luckily, Mr. Chi-Yul was there to help keep Jin-Woo's secret safe a little while longer. After completing that dungeon, Jin-Woo and Jin-Ho continue their partnership as they begin to clear multiple C-rank dungeons. This attracts the attention of a high-ranking employee of the White Tiger Guild named An Sang-min, who was looking to recruit Jin-Woo. After some interrogation, Jin-Woo convinces Sang-min to leave him alone, but he also scammed Sang-min into buying the dungeons that they decided not to do for more than double the original price. Talk about a ballsy move. Later on, Jin-Woo receives a notification from the system to undergo a job change in a dungeon, with the condition being that the longer he lasts in the fight against the dungeon beasts, the better his chances of getting a good job. Jin-Woo enters the dungeon, where he meets enemies that remind him of all his battles up until this point, and he runs into the boss and most powerful enemy he has ever faced, Igris. The anime shows the true power gap between the two, and Jin-Woo gets totally obliterated by Igris in every way, and when the two started just throwing hands, it was just chef's kiss. After getting cooked by Igris for the entire fight, Jin-Woo finally manages to defeat him using his dagger to stab him through the throat in what was nothing short of a visual spectacle. The dungeon should be closed now, but instead, so many portals started appearing, and knights and mages began to come out of them. Jin-Woo began to kill them, but there was no stopping them as there were no limit to the number of them. Jin-Woo was about to die, but he can't because he's our main character, you know? He manages to survive because he didn't complete his daily quest, and now he is teleported to a desert where he faces off against multiple giant centipedes again to level up and restore his stamina. After coming back to the dungeon, he manages to defeat all the knights and mages in the dungeon, resulting in his job being changed to that of a necromancer. But he also gained bonus points, resulting in his job being upgraded to the Shadow Monarch, someone who can summon the dead as minions. At the end, he uses this power to acquire his first major shadow, which is the boss he recently defeated named Igris, by saying the long-awaited command, "Arise." And with that, this completes the recap of Solo Leveling Season 1. Now, let's talk about Solo Leveling Season 2. Solo Leveling's anime made such an impact at the start of 2024 that fans began looking towards Season 2, while Season 1 was barely finished. While the date hasn't officially been confirmed as of yet, Season 2 is expected to release sometime this upcoming October under the title Arise from the Shadow. Considering the unprecedented success of Season 1, as well as the fact that the manhwa still has plenty more ground to cover, Solo Leveling fans can rest assured that Season 2 will continue to bring peak fiction to us all. Now the question is, what can we expect from Season 2? Based on the average number of episodes and chapters of the manga, the anime adapts approximately 4 chapters for every episode. Given that pacing, as well as where the anime has left off so far, Season 2 will likely begin somewhere around Chapter 46, which is the start of the Red Gate arc. If Season 2 adapts another 12 episodes like Season 1 did with similar pacing, the second season of Solo Leveling should end either after the Return to Demon Castle arc, which ends at Manhwa Chapter 89, or the Jeju Island arc, which ends at Chapter 107. Now, let's talk about one of the most interesting upcoming developments that we will see in Season 2, and that will be how Jin-Woo gets ever closer to uncovering the secrets of his power as the player. Even after changing jobs at the end of Season 1, Jin-Woo is still completely unaware of how his power will go on to impact his personal life, as well as how it will affect the fate of the world. With that in mind, things will get even more interesting in the coming arcs, especially upon the conclusion of the Jeju Island raid. Jin-Woo's new necromancy abilities are undeniably powerful, but he'll soon come to find that there's a darker underlying reality to all that power, which may be hard to swallow. All the shadowy details about what it means to be the player won't be fully revealed just yet, but Season 2 will bring Jin-Woo and audiences one step closer to learning the truth. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. If you liked this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Let us know if we should continue dropping more solo leveling content in the comments below, and we will make sure to cover more exciting topics. See you in the next one.